Hi, my name is Melvin Perez. I'm a senior fellow here at Construx. Today I'm going to be sharing some of my recent experience on client engagement. In this case, I'll be talking about a team who is looking to improve productivity and quality. So this team was using a proto Kanban. A proto Kanban is an implementation or partial implementation of Kanban. So there will be some elements of Kanban that you're going to see, but there will be some critical parts that are missing. So what I did with this team was to go and review what they were doing, what was the current state, try to understand what are the challenges they have to get to the next level in terms of productivity and quality. So they have this Kanban board. This Kanban board, or Kanban board similar to this one, it reveals some of the stuff that is going on. You see some different colors. Those are different type of work. It could be new features, enhancement, bug fixing. One thing that I realized is that there were more items here than the number of team members. So that is definitely a red flag. And I see also items with the same person, the same initials. So automatically I saw that and say, well, it seems like there is too much work in progress going on here. Then I asked the team, which one of these items are you actively working on? And that question kind of puzzled them. It's like, what do you mean actively working on? I mean that you're spending time right now on those items. You're basically touching the code or testing. That's what I mean by actively being worked. There's some other type of items that could be just basically waiting. Say, well, in order for us to know, you can essentially go to the work item and flip it, and you see the history. You see who is working on that and what is the current state. So in other words, this Kanban board was not revealing, at a single shot, was not revealing what was going on. And that's the main intent of a Kanban board, is to visualize what is going on so that we can make better decisions about how to get that work done. So it seems like you're missing some steps in your process. It seems like you're missing some cues. Maybe some work that you have done, it is not in the next step, and the next step, why? So this should be basically, it is waiting for somebody or for something to happen. So we worked with the team to refactor this Kanban board into something that would be more revealing and it would be more practical for them to realize where the roadblocks for them to become more productive and improve the quality. So in any Kanban board, we would like to improve its flow, measure flow from the commitment point to the delivery point, and that way we can see how can we optimize that time more and more, and often try to reduce work in progress or remove any form of delay. So I will show you the Kanban board that we created at the end. So as you can see in this Kanban board, we have way more columns. So this is what was, I will say, doing in the previous board. And also we determined that there was something else that was happening here that was not being revealed. So now they have research, development, and review. This is peer review. And as you can see right now, there is also sub-columns under each one of these steps. That means that this is being actively work, and this one, anything that we have here will be just waiting for the next step. Same thing that we have in each one of them. Now, if we look at everything that is actively being worked, you're going to count 1, 2, 3 items instead of 6 as it was before. So it seems like there were some other items that are just basically waiting. See here that we have all of these items here and done. We're done with development. We're waiting for these items to be reviewed. So what this now is doing is revealing that here there is a bottleneck, and that could be one of the reasons why they're going to have a better flow. So my recommendation to the team was we need to figure out how to break that bottleneck. In any flow system, there is always one bottleneck, and we need to focus on that one single bottleneck to improve flow. So they need to figure out how to improve the process they're going through to do peer review or formal review to make sure that this work keeps flowing. The other thing is, in this particular state here, they also have some QA testing going on, and there is also waiting. You see, it's starting forming a queue here for user acceptance testing. Now, the other elements that we added to the Kanban board to make it like an official Kanban board was to add WIP limits, work in progress limits, constrain the amount of work that could be active at any point in time. So there's different ways how to do this. You can, the most typical way is to use a WIP limit at each step. So you can have here QA testing, you can only have 3 items in this particular step. See, in this case, they have 3 already. So that means that in this step, they cannot pull anything from the previous step until they move something into the following step. But there is also another way for you to assign WIP limits, and it's looking at the whole system, or we'll say a set of steps in the system. They wanted to do this for this entire 3 steps because that's what we're considered to be doing, and they still see it like, well, it is something that we don't have too much handoff, and I think we can basically treat that as a one single, I would say, step in the process for this, for the sake of assigning WIP limits. So they decided to assign 7, so they can have, at any point in time, 7 items here in this particular 3 steps. So if we count here, we have 1, 2, 5, 7 items right now. So the team decided to set these WIP limits and experiment for a couple of weeks and see what would be the effect of using these WIP limits to inform the decision in terms of what to do, where to focus on to get the work done and increase flow. So for you, I will invite you to review your Kanban board or Scrum board, whatever you're using to visualize work, and look at those activities that are going on or activities that are just basically being stuck, and try to reveal that in your board. It will be either that you're missing some cues to reveal waiting stage, or it could be that you're missing some steps. So the typical, let's say, Scrum team will have to do, doing, and done. But in doing, there is a lot of stuff happening, and it is hard for you to see, or anybody to come and see what is going on in your process. You can use also different colors that we illustrate here. This is something this team was doing to reveal the different type of work that you can do. So start asking what is being actively in work, what is waiting, and start making that very apparent in your Kanban board. That will trigger much better conversation, much better decisions, and will help you to continuously improve flow. So let's go try it out.